Good morning, Black Cats. This is Black Cat News, and we are here with our April Teachers of the Month, the Algebros. Today we are interviewing one of them. Welcome and thank you for being here.
Hello.
What is your favorite memory as a coach/teacher?
As a teacher, probably when I was in 7th grade, I had a student who had never passed a math STAR test his entire life. And his first year with me, he passed, and he was super happy and excited when he found out that he gave me a hug. And I thought that was cool because I helped him do something he had never done before. So that's probably my favorite memory as a teacher. As a coach, it's probably watching my first collegiate game where my student was in the game. Nicole Hernandez graduated 2018, I believe, was the first person I saw play in a college game that I personally coached, which was really cool to see as a coach.
What advice would you give to your students or athletes who will be attending college soon?
Be able to do things on your own. A lot of times when they get to college, they realize that their teachers aren't necessarily out for the best for them. That's kind of weird to say because all teachers want the best for you, but those that are attending bigger schools understand you're one face out of 1,000 that they have. So be able to do things on your own, take your learning into yourself. Teachers are there to provide for you, but they're going to get paid whether you pass or not. So just make sure you're taking care of your own things. Don't get caught up in the college life. I know it's fun to have a little fun, but remember you're there to get an education. You or your parents are paying for it, so know what you're getting out of it. It's not as hard as people make it out to be as long as you take care of business. So if I'm giving any kind of advice, just make sure you're doing what you're supposed to, and at the end of the day, remember you're paying for it. It's not for free like it is in high school.
Who or what inspires you?
That's tough. What inspires me, I guess, more than anything is being the person that people see me. So, for example, I feel like I have a pretty good reputation around here, and I try to do my best to help out anybody and anything that needs it. So that inspires me to do what's right. So if something needs to be done, I want to do it, or if people need help, I want to help. Just doing the right thing is kind of, guess, what inspires me.
That's good. How do you motivate your students and athletes during tough times?
Students and athletes are different. So for students, I try to motivate through, I guess, fear. That's kind of weird to say, but especially dealing with freshmen and being an algebra teacher, a tested subject, I usually try to use, I know it sounds weird, but fear. A lot of people, when they figure out, when they get to high school, that you don't graduate unless you pass your STAR test, I use that as motivation. So if you want to graduate, you got to pass my test. If you want to pass my test, you got to pay attention. So I guess that's how I motivate students. That's kind of weird. And then for athletes, to motivate athletes, I always use the example of don't be the one who said they wish they would have. So for example, I've had students in the past or athletes in the past that didn't want to try to go play sports in college or go to college, period. And I always use the example of everybody in their family has someone that at reunions or anytime you go to their house, they're like, man, I was so good at this. I was all good at this in high school. But they're still sitting on their mama's couch bragging about what they did in high school 20 years ago. So I always use that as motivation to try to be better than the people around you. There's nothing wrong with the people around you. Just don't be content with what they have. Be better.
Next up, we have our second Teacher of the Month, Coach Simpson. Welcome. What accomplishments of being both a teacher and a coach fills you up with pride the most?
I would probably say just seeing kids and athletes be successful moving forward, and I really enjoy just pushing kids and athletes to their best potential. So I would probably say those would be my biggest things.
Tell us about your favorite memory as a coach or teacher.
Probably my favorite memory. I mean, there's too many to really name, but I would probably say just on Friday nights, just getting to be a coach for football and just enjoying those moments with all the boys and this past season with basketball. That was a really, really fun season. And then the other memory probably that comes to heart was my 2020 baseball season when we got knocked out for COVID. We had a really good team that year, and those are probably some of my favorite memories.
What advice would you give to your students or athletes who will be attending college soon?
You just need to work harder and just understand once you get to that level, nobody's gonna baby you anymore, and you gotta, push yourself. There's no more nobody else is really gonna push you. You have to push yourself.
What do you hope the Black Cat community will remember you as?
Basically, just a teacher who used to always tell them the truth and was hardworking and was always there for them and try to push them to their potential. Sometimes you push kids to their potential and they don't really understand it at the time, but hopefully, later in life, they look back and say, "Hey, I really appreciate Coach Simpson for holding me to the highest standard and really, trying to push me to my maximum potential." So.
And those are all the questions we have today. Thank you, Coach Simpson, for having the time to talk to us. This is Black Cat News signing out.
You're welcome. Week at.